I'm back at a local wood. It's one I visited earlier in the season when the garlic flowers were out and there was a carpet of white. I sort of return every so often to see if there's anything interesting to take a photograph of and just go for a walk. It's used to be, well, it still is, a quarry the other side of this ridge here, and this used to just be a polluted drain off, polluted river from the quarry, and you can still see artifacts from the quarry here. There's an old pipe there. Further downstream there's tyres, bits of wrought iron and cast iron sort of frames and all sorts of things that have just been discarded, but nature's started to reclaim it quite nicely. So there's quite a nice little scene here that I'll take a photograph of. It's got to be a bit of a delicate balancing act between being very, very dull today, natural light's very little of it, got a bit of wind, so got movement of the leaves, so it's got to be a balance between up in the ISO to keep the shutter speed reasonably high, to keep the leaves still, yeah, I'm fighting the fact that it's very dull. So, and I want to see if I can do the scene in no more than 2 shots and stack the 2 together. So I'm looking for about f10 or I'd like f16 and just do it in 1 shot, but I'll probably have to stack it and do 2 shots. But in any case, I'll show you the results and it should come out not too bad. I thought I'd come out to check out the colours, really, see whether the change in the leaves has taken place yet. It's a bit disappointing because some of the leaves that I know should be quite nice and brown by this time of the year have already blown off the trees, and say other species are still hanging onto the leaves and yet they're green. So I don't think this year's going to be a very good season for all the shades of brown. I think it's going to be a more of picking out a brown tree against the green backdrop. But well, there's the scene. Well, there's the tree that I knew had turned brown, one of the few that's retained its leaves, set against sort of a relatively still green backdrop. So I've taken the image, but it's, there's basically no light, so it's not going to be anything sort of prize winning. But it completes the journey of today on the walk, so I'll edit it up and show you the results and then probably come back on a better day. I've just moved down from where I was taking the photograph, walking back through the woods, and this is a tree that when it's dark and all very dusky late after a shoot, I always think these 2 nodules or parts of the tree on the bark here look like 2 faces, and they can look quite eerie really, but I'll just take a photograph and see whether you think they do or not look like faces. Hello, how the seasons change a scene. Now this one is now looking pretty bare, unattractive, bland. Can't even really see the path any longer because the leaves have fallen over it. So you would never think of taking this photograph to put in your portfolio. But in the spring, when the garlic flowers, or late spring when the garlic flowers are out, this is the very location that was a lovely carpet of white with a S-shaped path running through. And I took the photograph and I included it in a little video blog earlier in the year. So I'll try and include a little bit of that to show you what the seasons do to the same location and how you have to sort of revisit and plan your visits to get the best out of an area. It's no good just turning up and hoping. You see, this is another section that I took earlier in the season. I'll just walk over here. Again, it was when the garlic flowers were out. This was effectively a path snaking through with white and these ferns here, green ferns, and it looked a very pleasant scene. Now it looks very, very drab and pretty much ordinary, but it's a nice walk, but not really a photographic location at the moment.